Hey guys, this is Black Ortiz. No intros, no soliloquies. We're gonna get right to it. This is Kevin, and he's interviewing this lady. We'll call her the selfish lady. Here we go.
What age do you think you're gonna start trying?
To be honest with you, I'm having my selfish year, so I'm gonna give myself probably like 1 to 2 years.
This is it right here. That's what Kevin was doing. He was showing you the mindset of many of these women out here. I'm gonna have my selfish years. What does that mean? What does that mean? Your selfish years? We're all selfish at one point or other, but come on. Okay. I'm not gonna pass judgment. Let's keep going.
Then I'll pursue a relationship or whatever I desire.
Hmm.
2 years. What are you gonna be doing for those 2 years? And that's what he was doing. He was fighting the battle for us by talking to people like this. And let's just keep going.
You have any kids?
Yes, I have a beautiful daughter. She's 6.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why?
I'm almost every sentence she says I can give a commentation. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Um, I have a beautiful daughter. What you can say? You have an ugly daughter? Yeah, I have an ugly daughter. She's a B. No, that's just patronizing. It's to make you pre-qualify her in your mind that she's special because she's a mom. Because what mom wouldn't think of her children as beautiful? Now okay. I talk to mothers when their kids not around. I have friends that are mothers, and they say sometimes they wish they wouldn't have these children. They wish they wouldn't have them, and because they're whiny, they're bratty. Listen, I've been a father. I've been raising kids since I was 21 years old, raising them. I've right now up to three. Right now, I've graduated 3 kids from high school. And I'm only 44, so do the math. But anyway, let's keep going. I'll let it play a little
Why do
bit.
you think it works like that?
Works like what?
You're already a single mother, which is no shot. My mom was a single mother, but talk about your selfish years when you got a kid.
Yeah,
Why do you,
one, but
my question is, you said that. I said, is it time to give up on a dream? You said, never give up on a dream. That people get married in their 60s and 80s, which is always this fanciful shit like that.
well,
So if your daughter, so listen.
I like this what he said. I'm gonna start commenting on what Kevin said. I like what he says because see, before I met Kevin, I would sit in church and these different things, and you'll see women 50, 60 years old talking about, I'm still waiting for my Boaz. And he really let you know and kind of brought some reality to the situations that, listen, you need to give up on those pipe dreams and start making true realistic decisions of what you want to do with the rest of your life. You've been messing around and now you're 60, you're on your third or fourth, divorce. And now you stop living this fantasy, make realistic decisions. And I would not accept that. I wouldn't allow my subconscious to absorb that until I saw this man call these people out. Good for you, Kevin. R.I.P., baby.
we
So
all have
listen, no. If your daughter didn't study, didn't do her homework, and said, well, mom, people pass tests all the time. You'd say, all right, daughter, just live life like that.
I'm not understanding. Did you ask me a question or
Yeah. Would you allow, why are you, when are you going to grow up and become a serious woman?
Okay, I like what he did there. See, what she tried to do was put him on his heels. And she would have put me on my heels with that question. So, what did you ask me a question? And I would have felt the fire in my belly well up. But instead, he said he put her right back on the heels by saying, yeah, when you gonna grow up? Now she's back on her heels. She's laying down, but she's back on her heels. Okay. She's in the corner. She's up against the rope right now. She just got stunned. Back to it.
I feel like I'm being serious. I'm taking my life seriously.
But you said you're in your selfish years.
Yeah, I think we
It's
all
your
have,
daughter.
you know, when you're in a relationship, you really can't be selfish because you are constantly having to think about your partner. So at this, you know, at this current moment in my life, and I want to be selfish. I want to worry about me and not have to think about making somebody else happy. You know what I'm
So why
saying?
make a baby?
Why did I make a baby? One, I was young. Two,
You were 24.
yeah.
weren't
So
You weren't young.
I mean, technically, I
Youngest
think
14. Ma'am, youngest 14.
I was in.
And they say things and you just accept it. I was young. I was 24. I was young. I was 27. I was young. I was 23. No, you're not young. And I've had to tell I've been kind of preparing my son for this. Like at 18, you're no longer an adult. I mean, you're no longer a minor. You're an adult. I sent him 50 things you can do when you turn 18. Different things like buy a firearm, enlist in the military, vote, rent a car, rent a hotel room, just a bunch of different things. Get your real estate license. You are an adult, whether your parents prepare you for it or not, you're still an adult. Commit a crime, commit a felonious crime at 18, and we'll see who's an adult and who's a child. All right, let's keep going.
So that was my main reason to do
It
it.
doesn't count for marriage. So don't get combative. Don't get fussy, because you say you want to be selfish, and I'm just sitting here listening. I'm like, you're a mother.
Yeah, selfish for my daughter. Reason
No, you
two.
haven't said for your daughter. You
For the
said
both.
no, you don't, man. I hear very well. I hear very well. And you only brought your daughter up when I called it out.
Yeah, he caught. That's the genius. We lost a treasure. We lost a genius. See, I was married, and one thing that my ex-wife could use as a trump card was my son. I went and I spent $200 at the store. Well, why did you do that? Well, I did it for our son. Oh, okay. Well, spend the mortgage money, spend the card, insurance money, spend it all because you did it for my son. He said, all right, come on, keep going.
It's for both of us.
Of course it is. So how's doing dicks gonna help your daughter?
Doing dicks. Who said who's doing dicks?
Being
Who you-
selfish, doing your own life. I mean,
that's
what are you doing in your single years? What are you doing in your single years is going to help you become a wife?
Right.
work on myself. Work on what my priorities, my goals,
My Johnny Gill ass. My me. Who listen to this selfishness?
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud. If you want to say I'm being selfish, okay, I'm finally being selfish.
Good. Die alone. You can
Finally.
be proud and die alone. That's cool, man. We're fine. Honestly,
not-
I'm more happy with women like you who are loud, proud, so we can identify you, so guys can just learn to just say congratulate you, live in your truth and your power.
I will not die. I will guarantee you that.
Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, I mean, you may not die alone, but
have solid old children and travel and drive Mercedes and have personal chefs and all this other stuff. Of course, it's all.
well, the sad thing about it is that that somebody will bail her out. Somebody will come through and bail this girl out. They will see her. She's from here, from the video I'm seeing, she's a pretty attractive lady. And there's a lot of guys who do not have access to women, and they do not have access to even decent looking women, and they may be doing well for themselves. I mean, a guy may go through 5-6 years without having without being in a relationship. And what happens is that you're not doing nothing but just going home and going over to mom and them house, hanging out with your friends, at the over at over at the auntie house or at your brother house, and you're not spending any money. So you're just sitting there stacking cash, and all of a sudden you're 51, 52, 53 years old, and you haven't been in a relationship in 7-8 years since that first or second divorce, and you may have $40,000-$50,000 in the bank, and you may be doing well now. And then all of a sudden she comes and she says, I want this type of wedding, I want this type of ring, I want this type of honeymoon. And you're like, all right, babe, I could do it for you. You're the best looking woman I've ever had in my entire life. And she's gonna be bailed out, no problem.
Won't happen. Mm-hmm. That's what you've been told. That's why, and I'll be honest, that's why at 30 years old, you have such a defiant attitude. Your attitude's kind of trash regarding relationships.
Okay.
Relationships, man. Relationships. I didn't say period. It's just kind of trash regarding relationships. Because apparently to you, relationships hinder you from being selfish. But let me got news for you. An average man provides a woman options. A man of value provides a woman freedom. You can't be selfish as a single mama. You got to do what you got to do.
Okay, that's a fact.
I know. So why you'd rather be? We have deified being a single mother when that shit is hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why I have to be selfish, because I don't have time to have that.
You don't have to. Being selfish doesn't get you a man. Doesn't get you a husband.
I'm looking for a man right now. I think I'm content.
I want you to understand. See, this is what I mean. So you are prepared. Well, that's fine. That's why I'm glad to do these things, because they think it's a game.
Here, what's your
Well, Kevin, it is a game to them because they know in the end, all they need to do is have somebody bail them out. Just rescue them from every mistake and everything, every frivolous decision they've made from 25 to 35 or from 35 to 45. All they need is one. They don't need 4 or 5 people. They don't need they just need one sucker, one gump to do this. And she may come in with $175,000 in unsecured debt. And a guy come in and say, hey, I got it. No problem with me. I'm fine. And that's how it is.
Did you go to college?
Yes. I actually went to.
You're breaking. What's your degree in?
I didn't graduate college.
Oh, okay. What was your profession?
I was in school for nursing.
What is your profession?
I'm in the airline industry.
So you're a flight attendant?
Yes.
I'm in the airline industry. I got a good guy. Me and him haven't spoken in person in many, many years, but he's a great guy. Great guy. I vouch for him. I ain't talked to him. I vouch for his character. I vouch for him. I just know it. He's in the airline industry, and they may be throwing bags, putting bags on the luggage thing and loading luggage up to the airplane in 1 degree weather when it's snowing and ice. But I'm in the airline industry. So if I airline industry, what are you, the CEO? Are you a pilot? Why do we allow ourselves to be manipulated by the situation? But anyway, keep going. Airline industry. Okay. You're a flight attendant. There's just nothing wrong with that, but just say it. Just say you're a flight attendant. Because see, guys are always thinking of like, we're thinking optimistically, saying, wow, okay, flight attendant, cool. She made good, good girl. I may be able to get a couple of free flights. I don't know. Keep going.
And next.
You're a sky waitress. Shout out to the sky waitresses. Not really not a good profession for a single mother. But see, I want you guys to understand that she fits in that kind of creative area, and you find a lot of women who are hairstylists and flight attendants because they can fly places. But you say you're gonna do it for 2 more years, and then you're gonna decide to find a husband or decide to be in a relationship. Do you want any more kids one day?
Oh yeah, I definitely want.
How many more?
Probably like two more.
I'm assuming you want to have kids in the context of a marriage, or do you care?
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to wait for. So.
She had a kid anyway, because the more kids, more money. Don't believe that BS. She have a kid anytime she can. You will know it because she won't make the dude wear protection, or whatever like that. She have another one because they need money. That's 20 years of support. 20 years of support. If it's not from the guy, it's from the state. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. She don't care about no husband, no guy. You think that girl cares about it? Think of it. Do you think this girl cares about a guy or a man or what he brings to the table? Shoot. All right.
Okay. So when you're married and pregnant with the next child, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
No.
Okay. Then after you have your 2 other kids and your 1 kid, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you have to be responsible for an entire lifetime? Meaning, if you don't provide it's not there.
I feel like it would be like old style parenting, like still maybe like the groceries or just like stuff like
So in
that.
other words, less than 10%.
Correct.
Less than 5% if you groceries. So you really don't want to have. I'm not judging, man, but groceries for you don't really want to have to provide any real money. That's fine, 5-10%.
Oh, I saw my parents do it. The man took care of mostly everything, whatever. Even though she made a decent amount of money, she made over 6 figures. All she did was
Your mother married to your father?
Yes.
Are they still married?
Yes.
Okay, you're not your mom. You're
Okay.
an independent modern woman, and you want to be a housewife.
Yes.
Ain't gonna happen. Because the kind of men that make the kind of money to be able to afford 3 kids and a lifestyle, $200,000 ain't gonna put up with this attitude. I'm not gonna put up with a modern woman. They're just not going to put up. What I'm saying is the kind of men that can afford a family of 3 in a middle class, upper middle class lifestyle aren't putting up with a modern woman. They want traditional feminine women who they're not selfish. They are selfless. They put themselves last.
But I
They
feel
put
like that,
the man first and their family second.
that was me for about 8 years. So
Doesn't matter. And they want a woman that's like that in all things at all times. They don't want a woman who goes through the selfish phase. Matter of fact, when they find a woman who are like you, they say she's a chameleon, and they'll hit the skins and they'll leave. They don't marry her. They run a background check, and as soon as they find an independent streak, you're not in the wife category. We're talking about men who you're talking about you don't want to pay for groceries. So a man's gonna have to make well over 6 figures to have a have $1.5 million in kids. And you can have, I mean, you got this little smirk, like, it's not a game. I'm doing this so other women can hear. I'm doing this so other women can hear how crazy this sounds.
I'm listening.
No, there's nothing else to be said. You've said pretty enough. You and your selfish phase. And there's nothing out there that you're doing that's going to be of value to a husband.
I think it is. Me being selfish will prepare me and
Forget about what she says. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight, you guys. I thank you so much for coming by here. Young guys, please check out Kevin Samuels. Find his videos, watch them, see what's out here. You know, this is things are not like they used to be. This is what's happening. No matter what they say, no matter what they put off, no matter what you hear, this is what happened here. You gotta really dig deep and figure out what you're getting yourself into. This is Black Ortiz. Good night.